get rid of your stress and anxiety. And we're talking about the best way for you to have your best life. So, Lori, welcome. I'm so excited to talk about messy hope. Let's talk a little bit about why hope can sometimes still be a little bit messy.
Well, first, Tina, it's so great to be with you. And um, yeah, messy hope. It, in a way, it seems like a contradiction in terms, but it's very true.
Mhm.
Because when we talk about hope, we talk about hard things, and hard things are messy things. And so, yeah, messy hope deals with those hard things of stress and worry and fear and anxiety and depression, and even to the extreme of suicidal ideation. And there's, gosh, you know what, Tina, there's a lot that we can do to help our loved ones when they're experiencing some of these more difficult or messy emotions and situations.
Yeah, and I just love your heart, Lori. Lori Wiltenberg, if you don't know her, she has such a sincere and genuine heart for reaching out to those who are hurting and to parents of hurting teens and kids. And I just love that you are really someone who's lived this and has a passion for helping other people get to the other side of the messiness. And maybe if you're not really on the other side completely of the messiness, you know how to navigate it from now on. And you have the tools and the tips and the techniques that you need to make this hope something that stays with you in the midst of messiness. And I know a lot of people are experiencing stress and anxiety for a multitude of reasons. Emotions are just everywhere right now. There's so much crisis, there's so much struggle going on. And the holidays sometimes magnify that because we think everything has to be perfect for the
Mhm.
holidays. We think we need this, and I may be dating myself a little bit, Norman Rockwell kind of Christmas and Thanksgiving. Maybe I should say HGTV. That's a little bit more modern way to put it. But we think we need this Pinterest perfect life, and nobody actually has that. Even Joanna Gaines looks like she has that, but she is kind enough to make it silly sometimes. So we know it's not exactly the magazine picture all the time. So, talk a little bit about how, even in the middle of messiness, hope is something we can cling to. And how do we do that? What's one main thing that we need to keep in mind to keep our hope something we can hang on to?
You know, I like that you brought up that perfectionism thing. Um, so I think maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. So we have these ideas or these expectations, and when those aren't met, then we can really feel defeated. And I think it's important for us to deal with reality. We've got real humans in our home, and real humans are imperfect beings, including ourselves. And when we put so much pressure on the product versus enjoying the process of the holidays, we are going to find that we are going to be, some of us are going to be disappointed. And some of us, it could even kick some of us into despair if there's a huge disappointment, especially regarding relationships. And so we need to look at, well, actually, in Messy Hope, one of the things that I address is that it's important to deal in reality versus in toxic positivity. Um, it's good to look at the glass kind of half full, but we want to look at the real glass that we're drinking out of, not the pretend illusion type of glass. And when we can deal with reality, we are better prepared for disappointment. And I think that preparation in knowing to expect what's kind of the unexpected, not like in the sense of when's the other shoe going to drop, but to know that we're dealing with humans and things aren't going to go perfectly. They just won't, and they can't. And to allow for that grace space, allow that for ourselves, allow that for our kids, so that when the discouragement or disappointment kind of come in, we're okay with it. And we know that we can kind of roll with that rather than be completely bowled over by it, but to roll with it instead.
I think we need to discourage ourselves from looking at the mess of the the tinsel. You know how sometimes we throw tinsel on the tree, or we used
Mhm.
to, and it's very messy. But instead, think about how the tinsel can remind us of tensile strength. And so there's something
Ooh.
about that tensile strength of keeping the main things, keeping
Mhm.
your eternal things, the things that last forever, like love and grace and kindness and hope, which can last forever, because hope isn't based on your circumstances. Your
Mhm.
circumstances can be messy, but your tensile strength, that can be based in something that isn't going to go away, that isn't just the current mess that you're in. So throwing out that focus on the mess of the tinsel, the little things that are temporary, that really don't matter as much as you think they do in the moment, and grabbing onto the tensile strength of your
Mhm.
inner hope, your centeredness on your faith, on your love, on your grace, on the goodness of what's best in your relationships. Because relationships and people are not black and white. It's not all good and it's not all bad. And sometimes we're a mix of those things, but we have
Ye
to dig through all of that newspaper and find the gift of the best part of those people and of those relationships that you can hang on to and really appreciate and be thankful for.
Yeah, that is so true, and I always think of John 16:33, where Jesus says, "In this world you will have trouble." Okay, that's a true statement. That's reality.
True.
In this world you will have trouble. But then he ends with, "But take heart. Take heart. Have hope," right? Take heart. I have overcome the world. So shifting our focus from the mess to Jesus can also be very, very helpful in the moment. So, yeah, hope is brought about by the mess.
That is so true, because you don't see the light if it isn't for the contrast against the darkness. You don't see the light as
Mhm.
well. And you've been through places in your life and in your family struggles that have been very, very dark. And
Yeah.
yet, through that, you've been able to find hope, find that bright light that got you through the dark, and help share that hope with others. And I love that about your book, Messy Hope, that offers real tips, real insights from someone who has truly struggled. And if you haven't yet noticed, there is a scrolling link to Lori Wildenberg, which is her name, LoriWildenberg.com. And on her books tab, you can find her new book, Messy Hope, and get all the hope that she's talking about, and her stories that are personal and real and from her heart. And she is a very sincere person and an author who shares that heart with you in her book. So thank you, Lori, for writing Messy Hope and for talking about that today. I am going to switch a little bit so that I can show this other little crawler, because you were involved in something else that offers hope and peace to people. And that was our 10-minute turnaround course, which I'm listing now on the little crawler. And that is about the ways to find peace in the midst of stress and anxiety. We have two courses that we actually did. They were the first one, which is a 10-week comprehensive course. Subdue Stress and Anxiety is the title of that great big course, 10 minutes a day for 10 weeks. So that's 11 hours of content. And Lori is one of the experts. I'm one of the experts, but we have actually got 15 experts all together. So there's a wealth of information. Almost all of them offered bonus freebies, contents, downloads, and deals. And you get that plus the free workbook that you can download for that course. It is a huge value at $189 full price. We also have a new course that I added in that's a shorter course. It's 7 10-minute videos, and that's your stress less and joy blessed holiday season. And that is all about how to have the best Christmas and Thanksgiving ever, so that you don't have stress, but instead you have a blessed and rich holiday season for less money. Actually, I should give you ways to save money for your holiday as well. And that's only $44.99 full price. But today we're going to offer you some deals. So let's talk about some of those deals, Lori. If somebody buys your book, you're going to offer them our Black Friday deals on each or both of those, because I have the Heavenly Peace bundle of both of those together for $189, and they will get $50 off of that whole bundle, all of those courses together. Or you can get 40% off of just the $44.99 course if that's all you want, is just your holiday course. Or you can get just $50 off of the Subdue Stress and Anxiety course. And that is if you buy Lori's book, Messy Hope. So if you buy her book, how can they let you know so that you can give them their link, which is scrolling across so that they can get the link to the courses and the coupon codes so that they get this amazing Black Friday deal way earlier than anybody else?
Oh, well, first, I have to say, Tina, whatever you do is top notch, excellent. And boy, take advantage of this. If you are experiencing any sort of stress over the holidays, which I'm going to say 100% of us are, particularly during these times, you need this and it's going to be really great. And to get my book so that you can get your discount, go to my website, which was scrolling across, loriwildenberg.com. And in the content or contact, excuse me, on the contact tab, contact me and say that you would like to take the course and you would like the code so that you can get the discount. That will go to my email and I will be able to email you all the information that you need. So there you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lori. I am so excited about this. I'm excited that we are going to be able to offer this. And here's the graphic for the book. I endorse this book as a licensed mental health counselor. I think it is amazing. And like I said in my endorsement, Messy Hope offers struggling parents a bear hug to sustain their souls. So I love this book, and I love Lori as a person and as an author. And
Oh,
I know when you read her book, you will love her too, and you will really appreciate and get a lot of benefit out of her book. So check out her book and let her know. We look forward to hearing more from you. And this is our quick live for today. It came across really quick, but it was fun to be able to do this for you. And I'm going to put her link up one more time so you can see where to get her book. I so appreciate having you on here today, Lori, and I appreciate every one of you listening. And I wish you heavenly peace for your holiday season. And I want to give you a big virtual bear hug if I can right now. Let's both give everybody a big bear hug. We need all the hugs that we can get this holiday season. So that's the end of our live today, but feel free to keep in touch with us and keep in touch with Lori. And like she said, go to her contact page and let her know that you got the book. And we look forward to hearing how many of you are just rushing in to get Messy Hope for yourself, but you may know somebody else who's a parent that you love, or you may be a pastor and you may want to get this resource for somebody that you love. So let us know if you're doing that too. That'll work. So have a blessed holiday season, and I look forward to hearing more from you soon.